Yesterday, Eric, where's Eric? Eric and I were driving back from Justin. We were at Justin's house. We were over there for a little bit, and he, all of a sudden he said, I think you woke up from your sleep on the way back and said, I can't believe it's here already. And I figured he was talking about the wedding, and I asked, well, what do you mean? And then he started talking about it, and I was thinking the same thing at the same time. So I think a lot of people are real excited. I know I'm excited. I'm not always a real bubbly person, but I'm just extremely excited. And I guess they call this a rehearsal dinner, but to me, it's actually it's kind of like the kickoff party for the big celebration, which is tomorrow. And because this is a big deal. I'm excited. And anybody else fired up for tomorrow?
Fired up!
I thought we had the rehearsal out there. I thought it went real well, and the weather's cooperating. So I want to give the bride and groom and the wedding party. And these are just some scratch notes here, so I apologize. So why am I excited? Well, getting to know Abby and seeing Abby and Justin together, they're just meant to be together, and as a parent, you know how you're concerned about your kids, you want them to be happy, but I know how many good experiences are awaiting them, and they're just such a great couple. It just is meant to be. And so
You're here.
And as the other thing that's a little scary is when your family circle is growing, and you never know, what that's going to mean, and it's changed. But I have to say the Rossos have been so friendly. It's just been so pleasant getting to know the whole family and the Hendricksons, and going up to Iowa up to Boone for the wedding shower, which, by the way, was the first wedding shower I've been to. And I would just a bit about the Rossos. I guess we kind of got to know them the last couple of years, and it's really, it's been really enjoyable for me. They've been so friendly, and we've gotten together quite often, and a lot of memorable events already, and some of which involve drinking.
What you remembering?
And kind of the icing on the cake is the Iowa roots, which, the Pates are from Iowa, and the Iowa State, seeing the Iowa State flag, being along there.
Not everybody can be perfect.
and be quiet, Dory. And it's amazing the patience that I've noticed that Brett has. He was golfing with me last week at Justin's party, and he had to find my ball all the time. We'd be teeing off, and of course I don't hit it. We hit it straight down the fairway. You don't have to look for it. So, Brett, I appreciate that.
That wasn't my problem, though.
And
just off the tee.
And Brett, I don't know, some of you might know that Justin and Abby have a house that they're doing a little bit of work on.
Just a slight amount of work.
And Brett and Carol have been out there, but Brett and Justin built an awesome oak staircase in that house that you have to see, and that was really kind of neat to see them work together and build that oak staircase. So and Carol, with just amazing how creative she is, in the things that she does. And the one thing, I want to recognize Brett and Carol. They're really, and Abby, of course, and I'm sure Justin was right in there with all the planning for the wedding. They just did picking out this venue, which, you know, has Justin and Abby written all over it. You know, so I want to give them a round of oh gosh, Abby, I wanted to say I'm really, really excited, you know, to have you as tomorrow. I'm assuming you'll say the right words. A daughter-in-law. You know, it's been really great getting to know you, and I've learned a lot about women's fashion. You know, but really, seriously, the family values that the Rossos have, the strong family ties, it's you don't, I mean, it's very obvious, you know, the close family ties and down to earth, and gosh, you know, with that house that you're renovating, I don't think that you've been renovating houses forever, but you weren't afraid to.
I'm the one who can prove.
You weren't afraid to jump in and you know, if there's a get her done woman, right there.
That's just a nice way of saying bossy. He's being very nice.
Okay, Justin, you know, you've been a really a great son, and you're kind of opening this new, are opening this new chapter of your life, and just want to touch on a few things from my memories, and you know, you really didn't give us much trouble at all. We're really easy on us, but I realize that's, you know, when you say a kid is easy on you, it's kind of relative terms, and given the fact that we had Molly and Mandy to deal with first, definitely.
Molly.
No, seriously, a few times maybe you're riding your bike and we're having dinner waiting for you. That's Mom's writing about that more than me. And I don't know, did we ever find a beer bottle in the back of the floor? Yeah, occasionally.
I will say the half a case of Keystone Light that wasn't actually in the car, and I found it in my refrigerator.
Okay.
But no one said anything.
You know, and I don't know, some of you maybe don't know Justin is real well, but you know, he's done quite a variety of things, and he's got some skills, and you know, he was driving a four-wheel drive pickup with a load of bales behind him when, what were you, 7 years old, and doing that for or 8 in Iowa, driving it for my brother. My other brother had him driving his 18-wheeler down the highway, and you weren't 16 yet, or yeah, and you know, and Pinewood Derby. A lot of fathers helped their sons with the Pinewood Derby, and I did a couple years. One year I couldn't make it, and Barb couldn't make it. I was teaching her. I had to do a class or something, but Justin won the Pinewood Derby at the school, and you know, it was completely hands off of mine, and I really felt bad I wasn't there. You know, he won the Pinewood Derby contest. You know, rehabbing. I mean, we've had the opportunity to buy a few rehab properties, and my gosh, Justin, he, you know, and it wasn't always when you know, I'd rather be doing something else, but I had, you know, putting siding on a warehouse in KCK, and pulling carpet out, and painting, and I don't know. And then there's my paranoia that we had to deal with when we. You know, I'm always thinking I might want something. So, you know, at our last house, I might want a water line at the back of our property. So what does that mean? We've got to trench a water line in. Someday I might want power. But, so Justin just, I mean, he was okay with it. He just helped me, and you know, if it had a steering wheel or an engine on it, he was pretty good with it. And he was always observant. You know, what was it, about a block away, you could hear a hissing sound. Here's Justin going over, found out it was a gas line leaking at a house, and he got a wrench and shut the gas off that was leaking at that house, which that's not really a recommended procedure. Call 911. But, Justin, one time, again being observant, the neighbor across the street, good friends of ours, had